My name is Anne Lyon. I am 65 years old and I'm semi-retired and I used to do graphic design and still do graphic design. Okay, well, about 7 or 8 years ago I noticed that at work I was hearing less and less and struggling more and more to hear television and stuff like that. Ignored it for quite a while and then went to the National Health and spoke to my doctor, who said to me, well, I don't know where you want to go because you won't wear hearing aids because you're not typed to wear hearing aids. So I said, well, frankly, I'd rather wear hearing aids and be able to hear than not. So I went to the hospital and had them tested and I did need hearing aids and they gave me National Health hearing aids, which were brilliant for about 18 months, 2 years. And then I felt maybe these are not quite doing what I need them to do. So I went to, at this stage we were living over in Greenwich in South London. So I found a private clinic and went there and paid a lot of money for some private hearing aids. They made a big difference. And I stayed with him until we moved to here. And then when we moved here I thought, what do I do? What can I do? So I looked around and tried to get appointments with a few people and for some reason couldn't do it. And then found a clinic that Bridget was running in St Albans and went there. So that's how I kind of arrived with Bridget. It's difficult to kind of quantify how difficult it is or how difficult it was. Without the hearing aids it was very difficult to hear women's voices and children's voices, particularly girls, difficult. So that was hard. So I think what happens is, partly because I'm quite a visual person, so I take a lot of information on visually, I would just withdraw more and more from the hearing bit and I would take up more and more information visually. And I think what would happen is when I was with family gatherings or talking to my grandchildren, I would kind of withdraw from it because it's impossible to keep saying pardon or sorry. It just is, it's not acceptable. So you find yourself withdrawing from those kinds of social occasions, particularly withdrawing from kind of dinners or being out in restaurants where there's music. And I've experienced numerous meals with people where I actually haven't heard a word they've said. I just hated that kind of pretending that you can hear, because at the end you can't keep saying, sorry, I can't hear you. And so it was starting to affect things more, and I was conscious that the hearing aids weren't really doing what I wanted them to do. Brilliant, life-changing, I would say. It was wonderful. I mean, I like technology, and so when Bridget was using all the different things to make things sound better, it was incredible. I think I was amazed when we'd finished the session, because it was a good long session and Bridget went through everything very carefully and in great detail, and then played around with things and did stuff. She didn't change the hearing aids, she just changed how they were set up, which made a huge difference. And I just couldn't believe how much I could hear. I mean, I went home because I live with my husband and daughter and granddaughter who's 4, and most of the time I couldn't hear what she said, and immediately when I went home I could hear her. So the change, without actually having to buy more equipment, but to work with Bridget in because I'm a graphic designer, I do a lot of detailed work digitally, and it felt like that's what Bridget does with the hearing stuff. A lot of very, very specific, scientific, detailed work of a technical nature that makes a huge difference. What I realise is with hearing aids, it's a bit like cars. So you can have a really, really good high-powered car, but if it's not tuned right by the garage, then it won't operate properly. It won't function well. You can have a less super-duper car, and if you've got a garage who will really tune it well and get it running smoothly, then you've got a better car. So it's not about necessarily, I think, I realise, having the top grade hearing aids. It's about having someone who knows what they're doing. and knows how to tune for you, very specifically for you. Because I now use it, I have a dog, so I walk a lot, and I have an MP3 player, 4-player, whatever, and Bridget's given me the device that it will play straight to my hearing aids, which is amazing. And the same on the television. I mean, my husband's got used to watching subtitles all the time. And now we don't need to do that so much now, because I can hear much, much better.
Yeah.
Do it now, immediately. Don't even think about it. And the joy is that what happens when you have hearing aids that work well, you no longer think about having to wear hearing aids. It's not like, oh gosh, I've got to wear hearing aids. They're part of your life because they enable you to live properly. They enable you to live in the way that you are. I think for quite a long time I thought, maybe going back 10 years, hearing aids, I would never wear them. They're just not, old and It's so completely wrong. There's so much can be part of who you are without changing who you are. They enable you to be who you are. Because you can live fully again, and you can integrate and listen and be who you are. So do it now, don't wait, don't faff around.